According to the National Electrical Code, Article 680, the bonding requirements for hot tub concrete pads are as follows. If the concrete pad contains metal reinforcements, it must be bonded to the hot tub's exposed metal parts. For non-metallic pads, a bonding grid must be installed within the pad. To achieve proper bonding, use a copper bonding strap or cable rated for the required ampacity. Terminate the bonding strap to the hot tub's equipotential bonding terminal, usually marked with a green screw, and to the bonding grid or metal reinforcements in the concrete pad. The step-by-step bonding procedure is as follows. Firstly, install a ground rod or other approved grounding electrode system near the hot tub. Secondly, run a grounding conductor, copper wire or cable from the grounding electrode system to the hot tub's bonding terminal. Thirdly, connect the bonding conductor to the metal shell of the hot tub. Fourthly, if it is a metal pad, attach the bonding strap to the metal reinforcements and connect it to the hot tub's bonding terminal. If it is a non-metallic pad, install the bonding grid and connect it to the hot tub's bonding terminal. Fifthly, securely tighten all connections to ensure proper bonding. Additional considerations include that the bonding strap must be at least number 8 AWG copper. The bonding grid must cover the entire area of the pad and be securely embedded in the concrete. The bonding system must be inspected and tested regularly to ensure proper function. The purpose of bonding is to create an equipotential plane, minimizing the risk of electric shock in and around the hot tub. This is achieved by connecting all metallic parts and conductive elements to a common bonding grid or conductor, ensuring that there are no voltage differences between them. In the case of a concrete pad with metal reinforcements, the rebar within the concrete acts as a conductive element. By bonding the rebar to the hot tub's bonding terminal, you ensure that the concrete pad is at the same electrical potential as the hot tub. This prevents any stray voltage from creating a shock hazard if someone touches both the hot tub and the concrete pad simultaneously. For non-metallic pads, a bonding grid is essential because the concrete itself does not provide a conductive pathway. The bonding grid typically consists of a network of bare copper wire, usually number 8 AWG or larger, arranged in a grid pattern and buried within the concrete pad. The grid should cover the entire area of the pad and be securely embedded in the concrete to ensure good electrical contact. The size and spacing of the grid wires should comply with local electrical codes and regulations. The bonding grid is then connected to the hot tub's bonding terminal, creating an equipotential plane that minimizes the risk of electric shock. The grounding electrode system, which is typically a ground rod driven into the earth near the hot tub, provides a path for fault current to flow back to the electrical source in the event of a ground fault. This helps to trip the circuit breaker or ground fault circuit interrupter, GFCI, protecting people from electric shock. The grounding conductor, which runs from the grounding electrode system to the hot tub's bonding terminal, must be sized appropriately to handle the potential fault current. The NEC provides guidelines for sizing grounding conductors based on the size of the circuit conductors. The equipotential bonding terminal on the hot tub is typically a green screw or lug located on the exterior of the hot tub. This terminal is designed to be the central connection point for all bonding conductors, ensuring that all metallic parts and conductive elements are connected to the same electrical potential. When making connections to the bonding terminal, be sure to use appropriate connectors and tighten them securely to ensure good electrical contact. Proper termination of the bonding conductors is crucial for ensuring the effectiveness of the bonding system. All connections must be mechanically sound and electrically conductive. Use approved connectors and tools to make the connections, and be sure to tighten all screws and lugs securely. Avoid using wire nuts or other unapproved connectors for bonding connections, as they may not provide reliable electrical contact over time. Regularly inspect the bonding system to ensure that all connections are tight and that there is no corrosion or damage to the conductors or connectors. If you find any problems, correct them immediately to maintain the integrity of the bonding system. The bonding system should be tested periodically to verify that it is functioning properly. This can be done using a bonding meter or other appropriate testing equipment. The test should measure the resistance between various points on the bonding system to ensure that there is good electrical continuity. If the resistance is too high, it indicates a problem with the bonding system that needs to be corrected. When installing a hot tub, it is essential to comply with all applicable electrical codes and regulations. These codes are designed to ensure the safety of people and property and should be followed carefully. Consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that the hot tub is installed correctly and that the bonding system is properly installed and tested. It is also important to consider the location of the hot tub and to ensure that it is not located near any overhead power lines or other electrical hazards. Maintain a safe distance from any electrical equipment and avoid using electrical appliances while in or near the hot tub. By following these safety precautions, you can help to prevent electric shock and other electrical hazards. The size of the bonding conductors and the bonding grid should be determined by a qualified electrician based on the specific installation conditions and the requirements of the NEC. The NEC provides tables and guidelines for sizing bonding conductors based on the size of the circuit conductors and the type of equipment being bonded. The bonding grid should be sized to cover the entire area of the concrete pad and to provide adequate electrical conductivity. The NEC also requires that the bonding grid be installed in a specific manner to ensure that it is effective. The bonding grid should be installed at a depth of at least 3 inches below the surface of the concrete and should be securely embedded in the concrete. The grid wires should be spaced no more than 12 inches apart and should be connected to each other at all intersections. The bonding grid should also be connected to the hot tub's bonding terminal with a continuous unbroken conductor. The use of split bolts or other similar connectors is not permitted. The bonding conductor must be sized appropriately to handle the potential fault current. The NEC provides guidelines for sizing bonding conductors based on the size of the circuit conductors. The bonding conductor must be made of copper or other approved material and must be protected from physical damage. The bonding conductor should be installed in a conduit or other protective covering to prevent it from being damaged by abrasion or corrosion. The bonding conductor should also be routed away from any sharp edges or other potential hazards. The equipotential bonding terminal on the hot tub must be accessible for inspection and maintenance. The terminal should be located in a place where it can be easily reached and should be protected from the weather. The terminal should also be clearly labeled to identify it as the equipotential bonding terminal. The connections to the equipotential bonding terminal must be made with approved connectors and tools. The connections must be mechanically sound and electrically conductive. All screws and lugs must be tightened securely to ensure good electrical contact. The use of wire nuts or other unapproved connectors is not permitted. The bonding system must be inspected and tested regularly to ensure that it is functioning properly. The inspection should include a visual examination of all conductors, connectors, and equipment to ensure that they are in good condition. The testing should include a measurement of the resistance between various points in the bonding system to ensure that there is good electrical continuity. If the resistance is too high, it indicates a problem with the bonding system that needs to be corrected. The bonding system should be tested at least once a year and more often if there is any reason to suspect that it may be malfunctioning. The testing should be performed by a qualified electrician using approved testing equipment. The results of the testing should be recorded and kept on file for future reference. The bonding system is an essential part of the electrical safety system for a hot tub. It helps to protect people from electric shock by creating an equipotential plane that minimizes the risk of voltage differences. The bonding system must be properly installed and maintained to ensure that it is functioning properly. If you have any questions about the bonding system, consult with a qualified electrician. Remember that working with electricity can be dangerous. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to install the hot tub and the bonding system. Do not attempt to install the hot tub or the bonding system yourself unless you are qualified to do so. Always follow all safety precautions when working with electricity. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment such as gloves and safety glasses. Disconnect the power before working on any electrical equipment. Use caution when working near water. Be aware of the potential hazards and take steps to protect yourself from electric shock. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a set of standards for electrical wiring and equipment in the United States. The NEC is developed and published by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA. The NEC is updated every 3 years. The NEC is the most widely adopted electrical code in the United States. Many states and local jurisdictions have adopted the NEC as their electrical code. The NEC covers a wide range of electrical topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and bonding. The NEC also includes specific requirements for special occupancies such as swimming pools and hot tubs. The NEC is a complex document and can be difficult to understand. If you have any questions about the NEC, consult with a qualified electrician. The NEC is an essential resource for anyone who works with electricity. It provides the standards and guidelines necessary to ensure the safety of people and property. By following the NEC, you can help to prevent electric shock, fires, and other electrical hazards. The bonding requirements for hot tubs are designed to protect people from electric shock. By following the bonding requirements of the NEC, you can help to ensure the safety of your hot tub installation. If you have any questions about the bonding requirements, consult with a qualified electrician. A ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, is a device that protects people from electric shock. A GFCI works by monitoring the current flowing through a circuit. If the current flowing through the circuit is not equal to the current returning through the circuit, the GFCI will trip, interrupting the flow of electricity. GFCIs are required in many locations, including bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. GFCIs are especially important in areas where there is water present, such as swimming pools and hot tubs. A GFCI can help to prevent electric shock by interrupting the flow of electricity before it can cause serious injury. GFCIs should be tested regularly to ensure that they are functioning properly. To test a GFCI, press the test button on the GFCI. The GFCI should trip, interrupting the flow of electricity. If the GFCI does not trip, it should be replaced. GFCIs are an essential safety device. By installing and maintaining GFCIs, you can help to protect yourself and others from electric shock. Regular inspection and maintenance of your hot tub's electrical system are also essential for safety. Check the wiring and connections regularly for any signs of damage or corrosion. Make sure that all electrical components are properly grounded and bonded. If you notice any problems, have them repaired by a qualified electrician immediately. In addition to the electrical safety aspects, it is also important to consider the physical safety of the hot tub. Make sure that the hot tub is installed on a level surface and that it is properly supported. Provide adequate drainage around the hot tub to prevent water from accumulating. Keep the area around the hot tub clear of obstacles and hazards. Install a safety cover on the hot tub to prevent accidental falls and to keep children and pets from entering the hot tub unsupervised. By following these safety precautions, you can help to ensure that your hot tub is a safe and enjoyable place to relax.